Valley's leading news program with meteorologist Melissa McGee, Jeff Skversky, and Walter Perez.
Saturday night, Walter's off. I'm Shari Williams. There's a standoff in Lehigh County. A man and woman who fired shots at police are barricaded inside of a home. An update coming up. And a 33-year-old woman died in a horrific death. She was found stabbed multiple times outside a North Philadelphia high school. Tonight, police are looking for her killer. And a little boy is hospitalized after he was accidentally set on fire. But the big story on Action News tonight is the violent storms that blew through early this morning. Many of us woke up to howling winds and pounding rain. There are trees and power lines down across the Delaware Valley. One of the hardest hit areas is Collingswood. Action News reporter Bob Brooks shows us how people there are dealing with the aftermath.
Much of Collingswood looked like this today. Crews busy cleaning up from a storm that blew through town this morning were told it didn't last long, but it was powerful and it was destructive.
We thought it was a tornado, but it was just so loud and so violent.
The wind and debris was just flying everywhere. We ran down the basement, and within seconds it was done.
That's Greg and Susan Van Meter. Their home on Stokes Avenue is badly damaged now. Their cars possibly totaled.
I love that tree. I mean, that was my favorite tree. I would take a picture of it every season. I'm actually grieving to lose a tree. That's so sad, but I'm happy that we're all okay.
Neighbor Tracy Willie also had a tree fall on her house.
It sounded like a train coming through.
So you heard the train?
Yes. The wind was so loud. I didn't hear any branches. The house shook.
Down the street, Bill Tucker had branches fall on his retirement gift, his new red Mustang.
The one branch was across here, and the other branch was across here. I bet you 10,000 at least. Between the body and the roof's got to be done.
And out in Browns Mills, the damage really speaks for itself. Take a look behind me. You can see utility poles are down. Power lines are on Trenton Road now. I'm told 8 to 10 poles fell down. And it's going to take several days to get this all cleaned up. Officials say right now 7 of those poles have already been put back in place. Only 40 customers now remain without power. We spoke with neighbor John Herring, who says he's been living here a long time, and he has never seen anything like this.
Nothing at all. Nothing. I woke up around 5:30 this morning, heard thunder and lightning, didn't think none of it. Got up here around 8:30 this morning, we had no power, and this is what I woke up to.
Now, despite all of the damage we have here in Browns Mills, in Collingswood, and throughout the area, we do not have any reports of someone being seriously injured, and that's what people say they're most grateful for. Now, reporting in Browns Mills, Bob Brooks, Action News at 10 on PHL 17.
Surveillance cameras in Newcastle, Delaware captured wild video of the storm blowing through and ripping to shreds the fence of CPG Towing, this along the 2000 block of Newcastle Avenue. Now, in the aftermath of that wood and metal fence being pulled out of the ground, some of the sections ended up in the overhead lines. Meanwhile, the Rite Aid next door to the tow yard had its air conditioning unit blown off the roof. And look at this video from Howell, New Jersey and Monmouth County. Witnesses had their cell phones out as a funnel cloud bore down on the parking lot of a Home Depot on Route 9.
Tornado, guys. We're going inside.
Good thing they took cover. There were no reports of injuries, but the storm tossed outdoor plant displays around in the parking lot. The National Weather Service will determine if it was indeed a twister. Well, flash flooding overwhelmed streets in Montgomery County, like here in Upper Moreland, where the water was up to the guardrails at Pioneer and Byberry Road. A police officer spoke with a driver stranded in the street that resembled more of a creek. Other drivers and pickup trucks splashed their way through the high waters at Philmont and Red Lion and Huntington Valley, as did a driver of a van trying to get into that very same parking lot. Well, once that nasty weather moved out, the day was quite nice. Tomorrow will also be pleasant. Meteorologist Melissa McGee joining us now with the AccuWeather forecast. Hi, Melissa.
Hi there, Shari. Yeah, as you mentioned, it certainly was rocking and rolling earlier today, but in the wake of the severe line of showers and storms, things did clear out nicely. So we do want to talk about that microburst that was confirmed in Browns Mills and Burlington counties. So with a microburst, we are essentially dealing with straight line winds, debris spread in just one location. So this happened today around around 7:05 this morning. Maximum sustained winds at 75 miles per hour, and the path length 1.18 miles long. As you look at Satellite 6 along with Action Radar, you can see it's dry, it is quiet. We've got a partly cloudy sky across the region, a few spotty showers to the north of our region, but a lot of this activity will start to die off as we go throughout the rest of tonight and during the overnight hours. It's comfortable right now in Philadelphia, 78 degrees, 77 in Lancaster, 67 in the Poconos, 69 in Cape May, and 74 degrees in Dover. The big difference, dew point numbers are dropping. Earlier today, we had numbers in the 70s. We're down at 60, so just a touch of humidity in the air here in Philadelphia. We'll talk about what we can expect. It's beautiful tomorrow for the second half of our weekend with lower humidity, and in fact, it stays nice right through Wednesday. We'll take a closer look with a full and exclusive AccuWeather forecast, Shari.
All right, like the sound of that. Melissa, thank you. Well, we invite you to join the action. Share the photos and video that you took of the storm or when other news breaks by emailing it to jointheaction@6abc.com or post it on social media. Use the hashtag 6ABCAction. We are following a developing story out of Lehigh County where just moments ago, a standoff that's been going on since noon has come to an end.
4-5, he's stopped in the field, he's running. Give me 9 minutes and get me state police if you can. We have 2 males, a female and male running through the field, through the cornfield.
Well, that is the radio call from an officer in pursuit. A situation that started as an attempted traffic stop has turned into a standoff in Upper Saucon. Police say a man and a woman who were in a Kia barricaded themselves inside of a home on Limport Pike. Police say that at one point during the pursuit, the suspects fired their guns at the officer. Police are not telling us how the situation ended exactly, but we are being told it is now over, and as soon as we get more details, we'll bring them to you. Tonight, Philadelphia police are trying to track down the person that violently stabbed a woman to death. Her body was found outside Dobbins High School in North Philadelphia. Action News reporter Jeff Chirico is working this story tonight. He joins us now live from police headquarters with the full story. Jeff.
Shari, the brutality of this crime even shocks police who at this hour are searching for a killer. They have not released the victim's name, a victim they say was stabbed multiple times and left in a park.
But you don't expect to find somebody bludgeoned in the park.
Amid the strewn crime scene tape, families returned to the park outside Dobbins High School Saturday. Hours earlier, the body of a 34-year-old woman was discovered here. What may be her bloody makeup kit left behind.
This was a very brutal, savage attack. Somebody really wanted to make sure that she both suffered and that she was killed.
In pre-dawn rain, police and canine officers scoured the grounds for evidence near 21st and Lehigh Avenue. A passerby found the woman partially clothed and covered in blood after 3 a.m. Paramedics tried unsuccessfully to revive her.
They just kept stabbing this woman all throughout her body, from her chest all the way down to her vaginal area.
From belongings found in the park, police believe they've identified the victim as a woman from the neighborhood. That frightens Dana Harris, who has a 19-year-old daughter.
She walks these same streets, but she's going to and from work, working overnight, catching buses. I can't imagine something like this happening to anybody.
As investigators search for suspects, they hope nearby surveillance cameras offer clues. Meanwhile, Harris is holding her children closer as her heart breaks for the victim.
Woman just out there trying to survive, live. If she was on her way to work, play, whatever, she deserved to make it to her destination.
It's unclear if investigators have a suspect in mind. Of course, if you know anything about this crime, you're urged to call police. Reporting live at police headquarters, Jeff Chirico for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Shari?
Okay, Jeff, thank you. Philadelphia police are also investigating a deadly shooting in the city's Kensington neighborhood. The 49-year-old victim was shot near the intersection of Kensington Avenue and Tioga Street around 1:20 this morning. The victim was rushed to Temple Hospital but did not survive. No arrest had been made. A motorcyclist is dead after colliding with a car in Newark. Initial reports indicate the car was turning left from Old Baltimore Pike onto Albee Drive when it was struck this afternoon. The motorcyclist was pronounced dead there at the scene. The woman driving the car was taken to Christiana Hospital with none life-threatening injuries. Police are looking into the possibility that the motorcyclist was driving at an unsafe speed. Well, still to come tonight on Action News, the city of Philadelphia honors R&B group Boyz to men. Plus, a University of Delaware professor is being slammed for her comments about North Korean prisoner Otto Warmbier. And we have dramatic video of a plane crashing into a Florida daycare.
Celebrate freedom with freedom from payments for 5 months at the Kia Summers on Us sales event. Hurry in now and get 0 payments for 5 months and 0% APR on select models. Right now, we're offering an additional $500 savings through July 5th. See your Kia dealer today.
Responsive performance. Safety-minded. Best-in-class cargo space. Ready for the road. This is the high-performing Acura RDX, and this is how we make it.
Visit your Delaware Valley Acura dealer for attractive offers on the RDX.
I love this.
Chevy Cruze and Malibu are making quite an impression.
Wi-Fi in a car. I like that it has a camera. I can see where I'm backing up.
It's no wonder that Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing retail brand in 2016.
I think I'll be trading in my car now.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this Chevy Cruze for around $169 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Hey, I'm Brandon Graham, defensive end for Philadelphia. Kick off your 4th of July with these amazing deals from Mealy's Furniture.
Get more bang for your buck during Mealy's Red, White, and Blue Celebration. We're bursting with savings up to 50% off, plus free delivery and no interest for 4 years. Get in, get saving, and get more during Mealy's Red, White, and Blue sale happening now.
Mealy's Furniture, just what you're looking for.
Celebrate freedom with freedom from payments for 5 months at the Kia Summers on Us sales event. Hurry in now and get 0 payments for 5 months and 0% APR on select models. Right now, we're offering an additional $500 savings through July 5th. See your Kia dealer today.
Philadelphia is PHL 17.
PHL 17 is Philadelphia's station for the best news at the best time.
What I like about PHL 17 is action news at 10.
I love waking up to the PHL 17 morning news.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us.
Philadelphia is PHL 17.
Philadelphia is PHL 17. How to be cool when trying a new sport.
I feel cool. Like Puss in Boots.
The Big Bang Theory. Weeknights at 6:30 and 7 on PHL 17.
University of Delaware is distancing itself from comments made by one of its instructors. Anthropology professor Kathy Detweiler posted a Facebook message saying Otto Warmbier got exactly what he deserved. Warmbier is the college student who died after being released from a North Korean prison while in a coma. Detweiler said Warmbier's mindset was typical of her rich, white, clueless young men in her classes. The University of Delaware says it condemns the professor's statements and called them, quote, inconsistent with our values. Well, there are two things President Trump feels strongly about: dismantling Obamacare and distancing himself from Russia's meddling in the presidential election. And as ABC's David Wright reports, he's as busy as ever trying to do both.
President Trump seems to be admitting that the Russians did indeed meddle in the presidential election, tweeting, "Since the Obama administration was told way before the 2016 election that the Russians were meddling, why no action? Focus on them, not T." Mr. Trump told Fox News,
"Well, I just heard today for the first time that Obama knew about Russia a long time before the election, and he did nothing about it."
Earlier in the week, the White House would not be pinned down on whether Mr. Trump believed the conclusions of U.S. intelligence agencies that Russia did indeed try to meddle.
I've not sat down and asked him about his specific reaction to him, so I'd be glad to touch base and get back to you.
The president has poo-pooed the idea.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's just another excuse. The entire thing has been a witch hunt. The Russians did not affect the vote.
Saying it's just Democrats being poor losers.
You can talk all you want about Russia, which was all a, fake news, fabricated deal to try and make up for the loss of the Democrats.
The Washington Post has published a detailed account of Russia's actions and President Obama's secret struggle to stop them. President Obama could have done much more to alert the American public about the threat, according to the Post, which quotes one former Obama official saying, "I feel like we sort of choked."
The question is, if he had the information, why didn't he do something about it? He should have done something about it. But you don't read that. It's quite sad.
The White House says President Trump has taken steps to safeguard the nation's voting systems. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
Turning back to that forecast, and what a beautiful day it turned out to be. The morning, however, was rocky around here, Melissa.
It really was, Shari. We were tracking that severe line of showers and storms, and there was a lot of damage to report. Springfield Township in Bucks County, we had reports of trees and wires down. An air conditioning unit blew off the roof there in Collins Park. Princeton Junction in Mercer County, we had rain. Rainfall rates anywhere from 3.25 inches they picked up there. Browns Mills, where we had the confirmed microburst. Power poles were knocked down because of that strong burst of wind. Gloucester City and Camden County, trees were knocked down on houses. So the good news is that all of that severe weather is moving on out. We are dry. It's quiet for the rest of tonight. Temperatures are in the 70s in most locations. 78 in Philadelphia, 77 at Lancaster and Allentown, 73 at the Coast and Cape May, 70, but 69 in Millville. Here's Satellite 6 along with Action Radar. You can see we are dry and quiet in the wake of the strong line of showers and storms that moved through earlier this morning. So we've got a mostly clear sky. A couple of spotty showers to our north and west. A lot of this activity will start to die off and dwindle as we get into the overnight hours. So it's mostly clear for the next 12 hours with lower humidity. We'll drop down to 60 in the suburbs and 67 in Philadelphia, 68, I should say, for the overnight low. Here's Future Tracker 6, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's mostly sunny. It's a mostly clear start to the second half of our weekend tomorrow. As we go throughout the day, there could be a couple of instability showers. I think most spots should stay dry, but this model showing you 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, a couple of spotty showers, mainly north and west of Philadelphia, up through Allentown and also into the Poconos. So as we look at the forecast tomorrow, nice mixture of sunshine and clouds with lower humidity. 84 in Philadelphia for the high, 81 in Lancaster, 83 in Allentown. At the Coast and Cape May, 80, 85 for Toms River, and 85 degrees in Dover. The big difference tomorrow is that the humidity will stay on the low side. Earlier today, we had dew point numbers in the 70s. When you track it tomorrow, the amount of moisture is going to be relatively small. 8 o'clock in the morning, dew point numbers will be in the upper 50s, lower 60s. As we get into tomorrow afternoon, most spots will have comfortable conditions with dew point numbers only in the 50s. So we are looking good as we close out our weekend tomorrow. And we've got a nice dry stretch on the way with comfortable conditions right through the middle half of next week. We'll take a closer look, Shari, coming up in the next half hour.
All right, you got my attention.
Yeah.
Melissa, thanks. Record-breaking travel is expected right here in the U.S. over the 4th of July weekend. AAA says 44.2 million people will travel at least 50 miles or more, and that's more than 1 million travelers than last year, making it the most traveled Independence Day weekend since AAA has been keeping count. The Auto Club says most people will drive to their destination, but cruises are also a big draw for the long holiday weekend. Still to come tonight on Action News, it's day 2 of the NHL draft. Jeff Skversky tells us who the Flyers picked up, and the group Boys to Men now has its very own boulevard in Philadelphia. We'll take you to the celebration.
Feeling only better. The thrill of stability-enhancing suspension and steering. Standard in the fun-to-drive, turbocharged Volkswagen Jetta.
Hurry in and get 0.9% APR for 72 months on new 2017 Jetta models, or at least this 2017 Jetta S for $119 a month.
You've wished upon it all year. And now, it's finally here. The Mercedes-Benz Summer Event is back with incredible offers on the Mercedes-Benz you've always longed for. But hurry, these shooting stars fly by fast. Lease the GLA 250 for $329 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Explore life underwater at Adventure Aquarium. Where else can you encounter hippos, penguins, sea turtles, and the largest collection of sharks on the East Coast? And now, step into the wonders of the Amazon at our new Piranha Falls exhibit. Experience a cascading waterfall, a massive indoor rainstorm, and the legendary red-bellied piranha. An ocean of discovery awaits you only at Adventure Aquarium on the Camden waterfront.
Why put another crossover on a road already filled with them? Why give it headlights like jewels, a body that feels sculpted? Why give it an interior where even the dash is cut and sewn by hand? It's simple. You can build a car or you can build a Cadillac.
Current GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this Cadillac XT5 from around $399 per month. Visit a Philadelphia Tri-State Cadillac dealer today.
Hyundai is prepping for our best 4th of July ever.
So what's your best deal?
Right now, you can lease a new Tucson for an incredibly low $109 a month.
And here's the best part.
America's best warranty comes on any new Hyundai.
Any new Hyundai.
The 4th of July sales event only happens once a year.
That's how we roll.
So it's go time. Boom.
I'll take this one.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And here's another reason to buy now. Hurry in to your local Hyundai dealer today and lease a Tucson for an incredibly low $109 a month for 24 months. Offer ends July 5th.
Tonight's news is brought to you by Hyundai. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com.
There was live music and plenty of dancing in Conshohocken this evening. It was all part of the first Conshohocken Music Festival. There were plenty of games and a lot of tasty food. Well, it was beer and big cats today at the Philadelphia Zoo. The Summer Ale Festival returned to the park featuring craft beers from local brewers. There were also delicious offerings from some of Philadelphia's food trucks and also live music at the zoo. It's time now for sports. Let's go live to Jeff Skversky in the Sports Center. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Shari. Flyers general manager Ron Hextall says they are not in a rebuilding mode, even though they traded away their second leading goal scorer in Braden Shen for 2 first-round picks, and even though they did not trade for a reliable goalie. Hextall adds a ton of offense in the NHL draft this weekend, including a giant 6'6" left winger in the second round today. Flyers select Isaac Ratcliffe, 35th overall. Some hockey scouts gave Ratcliffe a first-round grade. Now, the Flyers moved up in the second round to make this pick by trading away 3 draft picks, a big investment in this big force.
It's an unbelievable feeling right now. Shaking a little bit now, sitting there with friends and family and going through this process has been awesome.
I think unlike what people think about our philosophy, we do not want to hold players back when they're ready to take that next step. We want to allow them to take that next step. So in saying that, we feel like we got some young players that are, if they're not ready, they're close.
Let's hope so. All right, let's kick it to soccer. The Union. What team will show up tonight? They've been Jekyll and Hyde. Union started off winless through the first 2 months. Then they went on to win a record 4 straight games. Now they're down in the dumps again. Union at home against DC United here on 6 ABC. Scoreless 31st minute. Fafa Pico gets the Union on the board. And goalie Andre Blake protects it. How about late second half on the penalty kick? Blake, wow. DC United for the tie again. In stoppage time, Blake in the nick of time. Union win 1-0. It is their first win in 5 weeks. It's called for fireworks. Let's celebrate. And the Phillies are just underway in Arizona. Ben Lively on the mound tonight against the Diamondbacks, and we are scoreless in the first. That is sports. We'll have more coming up in 30. More news when we come right back.
Tonight's news is brought to you in part by your Quality Plus Ford stores. Go further.
Long live the trucks that honor the past, with a class-exclusive air suspension that can tackle the toughest terrain, and a load-leveling rear suspension to shoulder the weight. One drive and you'll discover why Ram trucks are America's longest-lasting pickups. Hurry in for the last days of the Ram Drive and Discover event.
Lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Ram 1500 for $279 a month with 0 due-it signing.
Yeah. I love this.
Chevy Cruze and Malibu are making quite an impression.
Wi-Fi in a car. I like that it has a camera. I can see where I'm backing up.
It's no wonder that Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing retail brand in 2016.
I think I'll be trading in my car now.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this Chevy Cruze for around $169 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
The compact Lincoln MKC with a healthy sense of exhilaration. A cabin that's a sanctuary. And a lane keeping system that helps keep you on track, giving you a new perspective. The the Lincoln MKC. For a limited time, lease an MKC for $279 a month, only at your Lincoln dealer.
Let's face it, nobody wants to deal with air conditioning or plumbing problems. They always happen at the worst possible time. That's why at Horizon Services, we do everything we can to make it as stress-free as possible. We'll come to your home anytime that's convenient for you, even nights or weekends at no extra charge. We'll be there on time or your service costs free. Our technicians are clean, friendly, and trained to do their jobs right the first time. Call Horizon Services. We've got you covered.
The RAV4 has plenty of cargo space and available all-wheel drive. Plus, the RAV4 looks great and has the latest in advanced technology. It's pretty easy to see why the RAV4 is a vehicle the whole family can enjoy. The Toyota RAV4, it's up for anything. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Lease the RAV4 for $159 a month. It's the lowest lease offer the RAV4 has had in years. Toyota, let's go places.
I was dreaming of bigger things and want to leave my old life behind.
Freedom is never far away. Take one drive in the most awarded and best-selling SUV brand and discover that the world is your backyard. Hurry in for the last days of the Jeep Drive and Discover event. Well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Jeep Cherokee Limited 4x4 for $199 a month.
A big honor today for Philadelphia's Native Sons and R&B icons, Boyz II Men. A stretch of Broad Street has been renamed in their honor. The section between Christian and Carpenter Streets is now known as what else? Boyz II Men Boulevard. Nate, Wanye, and Sean were on hand today for the big unveiling.
The city that raised us, the city that practically brought us up musically and otherwise, were gracious and kind enough to give us this honor. It truly, truly is an honor.
Well deserved as we check out the bling in his earrings there. Part of the street is home to Philadelphia High School for the Creative Performing Arts, where the members of the group attended school there. Well, the Piano Man returned to high school this morning. Billy Joel gave the commencement speech at his alma mater in Long Island. The 6-time Grammy Award winner was supposed to graduate in 1967, but he didn't because he had a habit of skipping English. He finally got his diploma in 1992. Coming up on Action News, a little boy is hospitalized after he was accidentally set on fire. Plus, a fire consumes a Washington, D.C. apartment building, forcing people to jump to safety this morning. And we'll show you more of the storm damage across the Delaware Valley that has many still cleaning up tonight.